Chelsea put themselves right in prime position for a crack at another Premier League title at the expense of Liverpool, whose game, of course, was abandoned. But what will go on this weekend? We've got a stellar matches coming at you. We'll talk about them next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. It's all about match day number 16, that's right, over in the Premier League, and we'll get to that in a second. Of course, if you do, where you been? Smash your subscribe and you want to stop shop for Blackburn Rovers, Premier League, World Football. We're going to all hear under one Rooski. Goodness gracious me. Can we start to talk about Nottingham Forest here? 5th in the table, looking absolutely fantastic, and maybe outside sniff for top 4. Am I talking gibberish? Or is there actually any proof of the matter that Forest can maintain their ambitious race for European football? We'll take a look at it, all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to the members. Big shout out to the Patreons. You know who you are. But what we're going to do now is turn the clock back to this past weekend. Revisit the predictions. Revisit, of course, the results. Kick on forward to the Superbru and beyond. Sit tight. Hold on, because I'm coming at you right now. Alrighty then, folks, let's take a look back at those last weekend games and take a look at them right here on the screen. Everton, Liverpool postponed. That's right, Storm Dada, causing all kinds of problems for Everton. And, of course, the game, the Merseyside derby, will be another time. That's right. Aston Villa, though, got back to winning ways with a 1-0 win over Southampton. Brentford, putting 4 past Newcastle. Meanwhile, Palace got an absolute Bobby Dazzling point against Man City. 2-2 in the end. I was so close to the money on that one. Meanwhile, Manchester United, what is going on with Manchester United? They get a new coach in, all is well for like a day, and then it all goes to shit once again. Dan Ashworth, now the older, important hierarchy figure they headhunted, is now gone. What a mess. It is just an absolute a dog shit of a scenario over at Manchester United. 3-2 win for Forest on the road. Bonkers, absolute bonkers. Meanwhile, Arsenal also throwing it away with a 1-1 draw against Fulham. Meanwhile, Ipswich losing to Bournemouth. It looks like they are right in it this time around. Leicester picking up a point against Brighton. I want them to win. Chelsea with a big 4-3 win over Spurs. I did go 3-2 win. Very close. And West Ham beating Wolves in El Sacchio. That's right, which apparently doesn't even exist, as both managers remain in the hot seat. This is the table as we see it. Liverpool are flying high, 4 points clear over Chelsea, and they do have a game in hand. Meanwhile, though, Arsenal are way off it, 6 points off Liverpool. Again, played a game more, and let's not even talk about Man City, way off the pace as well. Meanwhile, down the foot, it is Southampton, it is Wolves, it is Ipswich. All 3 sides yet to get into double figures for points. Crystal Palace are on the move. They're getting some points done, and of course, looking a little bit better week in, week out. But let's talk about Forest here for a second. They are 5th. And then winning a win of breaking into that top 4. I'm not too sure who they play. We'll have a look at it in about a minute, not even a minute's time, very, very soon. But yes, absolutely crazy stuff for Forest. Also very, very crazy for Bournemouth and Brentford. Looking good week in, week out. What's going on down here, though? Spurs, Newcastle, United and West Ham. Crazy down there at the foot of the table. But anyway, enough about that. Let's take a little look at the Superbru. Well, there we go, folks. Vindaloo Victory has picked up another victory this past week. They're top of the pops right here. They were 12.5 points. Tricky Trees also up there with 12. Barcelona, Easter and the Gaffer making it into the top 4 right there. Not seeing my name anywhere soon, so it's not looking good for me. I'm all the way down here still. There I am with 5.5 points. That feels pretty criminal. I thought I did better than that. But if you see a name in there, Monkey Chops, Lim Remond, Richmond there, Jimmy Pastoni, Greeny, Petar, Mark, The Rampage, please smash the old like, smash your subscribe, of course. It does wonders for the old algorithm. Did I just see Frosty down there with an absolute nightmare? His face, no, Frosty Frost, just the 1 point. Not good there. But what about the overall leaderboard? Well, I'm actually in 44th spot right now, so I'm not going to talk about me. Lewis R with 148.5. Impressive flex right there. Dream Marley down 1 spot to number 2. Barcelona Easter as well. Vinny Hong's in the top 10 alongside Eddie Video Star. That's right, big move in 9 spots. I am at 1 spot. There we go. Slow and steady is the tour of the order right there. Don't forget to get involved in the Superbru using the link right here, right now. It's 100% free. We look forward to seeing your picks next time around. And these are those next round of games, and absolutely some crackers in there, including the Manchester derby. But we go to Arsenal for the first match around the matches as they take on Everton this coming Saturday, December the 14th. So let's get cracking then, shall we? Arsenal under Mikel Arteta, they are 3rd in the table, 29 points for the campaign. 83% form for them up against Everton under Sean Dyche. Of course, Mikel Arteta did play for Everton back in the day. 42% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 4-1 win, though, in the last 6. They're 15th for the table, 14 points for the campaign. Played each other 67 times since 1993. 42 wins. Arsenal, 12 wins. Everton, 13 draws between the two sides. There is no including. The last time they played at Arsenal was a 2-1 win for the Gunners back in May 2024. Arsenal have won 4 in the spin against Everton at this very venue. Meanwhile, the Gunners on the back of that 1-1 draw against Fulham. They'll be taking on Monaco tonight. Everton on the back of that 4-0 win over Wolves and actually got 3 clean sheets over the last 4 matches. That's right. The odds, though, for this one, 92 on is your Arsenal, 12-1 is your Everton, 90-4 is the draw. Arsenal have to win this game if they are going to have some form of a factor in this title race. Going to go with a 3-0 win. Should do it. Despite my affiliation for Everton and Sean Dyche. Let's go to Anfield, though, as Liverpool take on a Fulham side who have been getting some good results of late. Liverpool under Arnie Slot, top of the table right now, 35 points for the campaign, 92% form for them right now. Up against Fulham under Marco Silva, 67% form for them, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They're 10th with 23 points for the campaign. Now, they've played each other 36 times since 2001, 22 wins, Liverpool, 7 wins, Fulham, 7 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at Anfield, it was a 2-1 win for Liverpool back in January 2024 was in the EFL League Cup semi-final where Liverpool ousted them. The last time they played in the league, though, at this venue, 7 goals in it, 4-3 it was for Liverpool. Liverpool, of course, are unbeaten against Fulham over the last 6. They picked up that 1 win against Girona just yesterday. Fulham with that point against Arsenal still ringing in their ears. 10-3 on is your Liverpool, 32 is your Fulham, 5-1 is the draw. Fulham have been playing great, really good stuff so far, but this one will be a bridge too far. Just a 2-0 win, though, for Liverpool, enough to maintain their gap at the top of the table. Meanwhile, the Geordies, they'll go to take on Leicester at St James's Park. Eddie Howe's boys, 50% form for them right now, 12th for the table, 20 points for the campaign. Winless, though, in the last 4 matches up against Leicester under Ruud van Nistelrooy, 60 for the table, 14 points for the campaign, but back-to-back games unbeaten now. 37 times they've played since 1994, 16 wins Newcastle, 14 wins Leicester, 7 draws between the two sides, including a draw last time around, 0-0 back in May 2023. The Geordies, though, are unbeaten against Leicester over the last 4, 3 wins and that very draw, but they're coming into on the back of that 4-2 loss against Brentford. Their last victory being a 3-1 win over Nottingham Forest at Forest back in November the 10th. Leicester, though, back-to-back unbeaten run. Their last away match did result in a 4-1 loss to Brentford. Can they get something in this one? That's the question. The odds here, 10-3 on is your Newcastle, 7-1 is your Leicester, 5-1 is the draw. Newcastle have not been playing good, to be fair, in the last 4. This is an opportunity knocks for a new manager bounce. I'm going to go with a draw here, point apiece. Leicester under Ruud will get something out of it. And of course, another point in the bag. Next up, we got a relegation doubleheader, 6-pointer. You got to win these games. Win this. Who knows? Molyneux is the venue. Wolves under Gary O'Neill. 3 defeats on the spin. 90 for the table. 9 points for the campaign. Up against Ipswich under Kieran McKenna. 33% form for them right now. 3 defeats on the spin as well. Both on 9 points. 19th place Wolves. 18th place Ipswich. And they played each other 34 times. 13 wins, Wolves, 8 wins, Ipswich, 13 draws. The last time they played at this very venue, it was a 1-0 win for Wolves back in December 2017 in the Championship. Let's look at that. It's quite tight between them over the last 6. 3 of the last 6 have ended up 0-0s. Meanwhile, Ipswich on the back of that 2-1 loss to Bournemouth, Wolves losing them same scoreline to West Ham. The odds for this one, Wolves 10-9 on, they are overwhelming favourites. 11-4 is the Ipswich, 13-5 is the draw. I like Ipswich. I want to give them a credit where credit's due. I just don't. I think Wolves do have a bit more quality about them. They did play some good football of late. Just a little bit hard done by with the results. 2-1 win Wolves. This would be a good boost for Gary O'Neill. McKenna's still got a lot of credit in the bank with Ipswich, so 2-1 win Wolves, we'll take it. Meanwhile, Villa go to Forest. Of course, this is a game and a half right here, right now. At the City Ground, Nottingham Forest are 5th, 25 points for the campaign, 50% form for them. Up against Aston Villa under Unai Emery, they are 6th with 25 points as well. 67% form for them, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They picked up form of late. They won a right old run of late before that, but 3 wins on the bounce for Unai Emery in all competitions and all venues. Now, they played 19 times since 1994. 3 wins Forest, 8 wins Villa, 8 draws as well. The last time they played at this venue was a 2-0 win for Forest back in November 2023. Nottingham Forest on the back of that 3-2 win over Manchester United. Villa, though, picked up a 3-2 win over Leipzig in the Champions League. The odds for this one then, 8-5 is your Forest, 70-10 is your Villa, 12-5 is the draw. This could be a draw. But I think I'm going with the draw, 1-1 in the end, point apiece. And I think that'll be a great point. That's definitely a winnable game for either side. Forest have been playing out of their skin. Villa been on a good bit of form. I think a draw's about right. Meanwhile, Brighton against Palace. Let's take a look at it then, shall we? This is into Sunday, December the 15th at the Amex Community Stadium. Brighton under Fabian Husler. 50% form for them right now. They are 7th for the table, but winless in the last 3. Palace under Oliver Glasner. 50% form for them right now. 1-1, lost 1, and drawn 4. 17th for the table, 13 points for the campaign. 25 times they've played since 2002. 7 wins Brighton, 8 wins Palace. 10 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue was a 4-1 win for Brighton back in February 2024. Brighton are unbeaten against Palace. This is a derby, guys. This is a derby. It's a weird derby, and M23 derby or M3 derby. I don't know. I don't. I'm not there. I'm not on par with it. But Brighton are unbeaten against Crystal Palace over the last 6. Brighton though picking up a 2-2 draw against Leicester most recently. Palace with a 2-2 draw against Man City most recently. But the odds for this one: Brighton 2017 on for the victory, 3-1 is your Palace, 11-4 is the draw. It's going in favour of Brighton, the form book and everything like that, playing at home and all this kind of stuff. But Glasner Ball is back, guys. Glasner Ball is back, and I'm giving it to him. Palace with the upset, 1-0 win, first win over Brighton in a long, long time. So, yeah, take that and smoke it. Meanwhile, we go to another derby. It's in Manchester as the champions, Man City under Pep Guardiola, 4th in the table, 27 points for the campaign. Up against Manchester United and Ruben Amorim. They are 13th in the table, just 19 points for the campaign, and back-to-back defeats. Played each other 66 times since 1993. 26 wins for City, 32 wins for Manchester United, 8 draws between the two sides. The last time they played in the league at this venue was a 3-1 win for Manchester City back in March 2024. Man City have won what are we looking at? Man United have only won once at their last 6. That was back at Old Trafford back in January 2023. City, though, on the back of that 2-2 draw against Palace. They're taking on Juventus tonight in the Champions League. Meanwhile, Man United on the back of that 3-2 loss against Forest. They will take on Victoria Pinson. That ain't an easy game, guys. That is not an easy game. I think they'll win it, but definitely a banana skin right there. So not great form for Manchester United. 20-11 on is your City. They are favoured. 4-1 is the United. 7-2 is the draw. Going with goals in this one. Plenty of goals, plenty of drama. Manchester City will win this one. Going with a 4-2 win. Puts more heat on Amorim already. Goodness gracious me. We've got Chelsea against Brentford coming at you over at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea are flying under Enzo Marquesca. They're second in the table, 31 points for the campaign. 92% form for them, winning 5 on the bounce. Up against Brentford, though, under Thomas Frank. 9th in the table, 23 points for the campaign. Just 1 defeat in the last 5. Played 10 times since 2013. 4 wins Chelsea, 3 wins Brentford, 3 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue, 2-0 win it was for Brentford. In fact, Brentford are unbeaten against Chelsea over the last 5, picking up 3 wins and a couple of draws. And all of those games are in the league. That's right. Goodness gracious me. Chelsea, though, they're scoring for fun right now. I'm looking at 12 goals in the last 3 games combined. Meanwhile, Brentford also scoring goals for fun, scoring 9 goals in the last 3 games combined. So we could have a bit of a goal fest on our hands here. The odds, 3-1 on is your Chelsea, 7-1 is your Brentford, 9-2 is the draw here, guys. I'm going Chelsea, though. Of course, they're going to win this one. 3-0 win. They're just flying right now. Flying, looking good. And realistically are in this title race. Southampton up against Tottenham Hotspur, who of course are on borrowed time with Ange. I love Ange. I don't like the hate. He's doing all right in a couple of cup competitions. It looks like he could get some silverware if trusted and backed. Southampton under Russell Martin, 5 defeats or 5 games without a win. 20th in the table, just 5 points for the season. Up against Tottenham under Ange Postecoglou, just 1 win in 6. That's where the problems are. 33% form for them. Their last win was that win against Man City. They are 11th in the table, 20 points for the campaign. Played each other 49 times since 1993. 15 wins for Southampton, 25 wins for Spurs, 9 draws. It is the Pochettino derby. Last time around at this venue was a 3-3 thriller back in March 2023. But yeah, don't get me wrong, there's goals in these games. Over the last 3 games combined, we're looking at 6, 10, 15, 16 goals scored either end between these two clubs. Last time around, though, Southampton on the back of that one, they lost to Villa. Spurs losing that 7-0 thriller against Chelsea most recently. The odds for this one, though, we're looking at 10-3 is your Southampton, 10-7 on is your Spurs, 3-1 is the draw. If they lose this, then definitely the pickforks will be out in full flux. But I'm going Spurs here, 2-0 win on the road to take it to the house. And then we go Bournemouth up against West Ham on Monday night. That's December the 16th. That's right, coming at you. Andy Ariola's boys, 8th for the table, 24 points for the campaign, 3 wins on their bounce. Up against West Ham under Julian Lopetegui, 2 wins the last 4 games, 42% form for them. They are 14th in the table with 18 points for the campaign. Now they played each other 17 times in 2013. 5 wins Bournemouth, 7 wins West Ham. 5 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue was a 1-1 draw back in August 2023. West Ham, though, are unbeaten against Bournemouth over the last 5. 3 wins, 2 draws in all venues and in all competitions. last time around, or actually the bookies odds. 11-8 on is your Bournemouth, 10-3 is your West Ham, 31-10 is the draw here. Gonna go with Bournemouth though to break the hoodoo. They're just good right now. They're good. Awkward. No one's fancying them. They're going under the radar. 2-1 win Bournemouth to continue their amazing season and look like could be contenders for maybe in a European spot the way they are going. Anyway, 2-1 winners in the end for Bournemouth. That's my picks. Use the link if you want to get involved with the Superbru. We'll be back, of course, for some more football very, very soon in the Premier League and beyond. But until then, subscribe, smash the like, catch you later. But till then, we're done.